Good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for joining our live webinar today. It is the first dedicated webinar that we've done during the COVID-19 lockdown. We have done a joint webinar where we joined GoBeauty to chat a little bit about their online bookings, the integration that we've done, as well as some strategy surrounding retail and how they managed to basically help you with that. Now, GoBeauty is an integration partner of SalonBridge, meaning that if you have a GoBeauty account and you have a SalonBridge account, you can integrate the product and your online booking settings will be filtered through to GoBeauty. The purpose of today's webinar is going to focus on SalonBridge specifically. We're going to touch on just some of the ways in which salons and spas are coping with the lockdown, what you could potentially do in the final 2 weeks leading up to the end of it, and how you can prepare your business to reopen. And then also to introduce our newest feature, which is the online retail sales. Now, this is something that we have had in the pipeline for some time, but it was, I'm not going to say low on the priority list, but it wasn't something that we'd put a lot of emphasis on. We obviously do a lot of work. We constantly release new features. But given the current circumstances, we realized that this was obviously a little bit more important. And we want to introduce that to you today and show you a little bit of how it works. Bearing in mind that this is a phase 1 release of the retail sales, so it really just covers the essentials. It allows your customers to view your retail sales online like they would book an appointment or buy a gift voucher from you, and then be able to go through the checkout process and essentially purchase that from you, and then pay you directly via your PayFast account with their credit card, which means that you get the money, you get the order, and they're able to then get their retail item, either when you reopen or if you are registered as an essential service provider and you are selling essential goods, you can then deliver it as well to them. So I'm going to dive right in and just show you a little bit about how this actually works. And if you guys do have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments or send us a message afterwards via live chat, and we'll be more than happy to help you. So I'm going to share my screen with you really quickly and show you the SalonBridge dashboard and show you 1 or 2 changes that we've made specifically to the retail section. So if you've been logged in over the last couple days, you may have noticed some minor changes to the retail section, wherein we allow you to now upload an image to your retail product. Now, this is obviously a sort of stepping stone into the online sphere, so we phased that out. We started by allowing you to upload an image for your retail product and to edit it as well. So now when you go to your retail section, you can see that there is an image over there. And if I click on this particular item and I move my mouse over it, it becomes larger so I can see what it is. You're able to choose a file and upload an updated image. And if you scroll down to the bottom, there is now a tick box saying show online. By default, all of your retail items are not showing online. There is a reason for this. We find that the very vast majority of salons and spas tend to upload their entire supplier database of products without necessarily having it in stock. And this is really just in case they start to stock it so that it's already loaded onto your SalonBridge account. And for this reason, we don't want to show customers that you have something when in fact you don't. So by default, all of these show online tick boxes are disabled, but what you can do is you can go into this if you are wanting to sell an essential product during the lockdown online. You can click on the product and you can simply tick the tick box and say save. You can also upload an image. It's obviously quite important so the customer knows what they're getting as well. We've also added a description field, which is something that we didn't previously have for retail items. It wasn't necessarily needed because this was predominantly an in-house product. So the person selling it would be responsible for upselling it and explaining to the customer what it was. Moving this into the online sphere, it's important for the customer to become aware of maybe some of its benefits, something that they might need to be aware of when they are purchasing it. And this will then filter through to the online bookings page. So if I just move out of here, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add another product, just showing you how this process looks. So if you do want to upload a new product with an image, I'll show you how that works right now. So all I would do is say add retail stock. I can upload a picture. This is going to be a face wash. I'm going to say that I'm going to give it a sample category code, and this is going to be face wash, and I'm going to add it to a new category called washes. And in the description, I'm going to say that it is an oil-free acne face wash. I'm going to put in how many I have in stock, and this is also important if you are not already keeping track of your inventory correctly. This is a great time to start doing that, because this also influences what the online booking side shows your customers, what you have in stock and what you don't. So if you have 4 or 5 or 6 available, it's going to show that amount to the customer when they're busy buying your product and busy selecting it to add to their cart. The cost price I'm going to put in as 25, assuming that that's what it is, and I'm going to be selling this for 125 Rand. And lastly, I'm going to say show online. When I say add stock, the product gets added and the image gets uploaded as well. So when I get taken back to this page under washes, I can now see the product with the face wash that I have uploaded. And this is just a sample. You can obviously upload your own. I would stick to pretty standard guidelines when uploading your retail products. If you can get a product from your image from your supplier, that's ideal, because they're typically quite high quality and they've got a nice clean white background without anything going on in the background. So that's quite important just to remember as well. And then the second thing I'm going to do is go down to my online booking section, and I'm going to scroll down to a new section where you can see it says allow online retail purchases. Now, this only appears if you have enabled the pay fast integration. And this is important because without the pay fast integration, customers have no means of paying online automatically. With the PayFast integration, you are able to accept a variety of payment methods, one of which being credit card, debit card, instant EFT, all of that. They take care of the payment processing side of it, ensuring that it's 3D secure, and they debit the customer's card and they put it into your PayFast account. The setting up of a PayFast account is completely free. You don't have to pay a cent for it. You create an account and you only pay per transaction. You can find out more about that on our knowledge base, but we also do have a, if you just go to the PayFast website, you can see that there's a register button if you're not already registered. If you are already a PayFast client, you can enable the integration inside SalonBridge, and if it is enabled, this is automatically here for you. You can go to your online booking section, you can say allow online retail purchases, and then you can customize these 2 fields. So the first one is assign online retail to. So with a, if we look at the previous online mechanisms that we've given you, which is online bookings was the first one, then online gift vouchers, and now online retail. Online bookings, a customer is given the opportunity of choosing a staff member to see when they choose a specific service. With a gift voucher is not inherently allocated to a specific staff member. It doesn't need to be, because a gift card gets redeemed for a service or a retail item, which then gets added to a staff member later on as well. And you wouldn't be double paying on commission anyway. A retail purchase does need to get assigned to a specific staff member, specifically for commission purposes, but you can assign this to any staff member. If you want to assign it to your manager, to you as the owner, you can do that. And you can also change this later on. But when the customer actually buys something online, the SalonBridge system needs to be able to allocate it to a specific staff member so that your reports add up and they match and coordinate quite nicely. So if I just say assign online retail to myself for now, that's fine. Like with any of the other buttons, you can also change the color. So if I want a slightly more purple button, I can change that color, or you can match it according to whatever your website image is. I'm going to disable every other button over here. I know that I can turn on online bookings if I want to, and I can turn on gift card purchases, and I can have them all on at once. And I'll show you what that looks like if you want. But I'll just leave shop retail online now for now. And then I'm going to not include the cancellation policy, but again, you can enable this. And as part of the checkout process, like with online bookings, like with gift cards, the customer will need to accept this before they can continue to the payment process. So if you have a specific policy for retail, I would suggest including it in your cancellation policy, just so that they know that there aren't any refunds or nothing's going to catch them off guard later on. If I click on save, those settings get saved for me, and they will now pull through to my online bookings page. So every SalonBridge customer gets a page like this, which is your own, and you can customize it with your own logo, your own color scheme, your own map, and you can see here's the button called Shop Retail. Now, as a customer, this is what I would see when I come onto your online bookings page, whether I come here from your Facebook page or your Instagram account. You can share this bookings page with your customers anywhere you like: WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, etc. And when a customer comes here, this is what they see. So if they were to go and say Shop Retail, they will see a list of your categories that you have enabled for online purchasing. So here I can see sanitizers and washes. And if I click on it, I can see here is the face wash that I just added. And if I click on sanitizers, here is the hand sanitizer that I have. If I go ahead and click on the face wash product, here I can see a nice big image of it, and I can see the description, the price, and I'm able to add this to my cart, which means as a customer, I can specify how many I want to buy. And this is linked directly to your inventory level. So we don't allow the customer to buy more than what you actually have. If a product is out of stock, so if you have sold it in store already and they come onto your online bookings page and want to buy a retail product, they'll see that you are out of stock if you have zero quantity in store. So if I just say I want one of these, and I'm going to say add to cart, the customer will get notified that it's been added. And I also want to buy this sanitizer for £5. So I'm just going to say I want one of those because that's all that's in stock, and add to cart. And I'm now able to continue to view my shopping cart or to review it, where I can obviously remove certain items if I accidentally added it, or I can just see what I'm actually going to now go ahead and buy. So if I'm happy with this, the customer can say next, and it's going to ask them for their information. Again, this is a phase one of online retail sales. It's going to cover the essentials. So at a later point, we may start to include factors such as shipping, such as package, delivery, all that sort of thing. At the moment, it's a mechanism for customers to buy your retail, view what you have online, and actually pay you right now for it while they're sitting at home. So I'm going to put in my details as the customer, and I'm going to put in my phone number and just a sample email address that I have. And the notes can be anything. This can be the address, specific information that you are going to get from the customer. So if I can say, I'll collect this after the lockdown. It tells me how much I'm going to have to pay for this. And I now have the option to click on pay and buy. When I do this, I'm going to get redirected to the PayFast site as a customer to now enter my card information. So it's going to give me a couple of payment mechanisms. And again, this is specific to what you've configured on the PayFast side, whether you want to enable instant EFT or credit cards or not, you can choose. But if a customer were to say credit card, it's now going to ask me for my card information and allow me to pay. I'm not going to go through with this actual process because it's actually going to start billing me. But essentially, once the customer has put in their card information and clicked on Pay Now, they are asked for their 3D secure information, which just makes sure that it's not a fraudulent transaction. And when the payment is complete, they get redirected back to the bookings page, and you get sent a confirmation message via email with all of the details. The customer will get an email with the name of your salon or spa in it, coming from you, obviously, with subjected your salon and your retail order. And when they open it, they can see that their order has been received, and it just gives them some information about what the actual product is. So it's a really nice looking email that just lets them know that they've actually bought that. It tells them that if they're not aware of the transaction, just to contact you as well. And if they reply back to this email, it'll come directly to you as well. They also do get sent a payment receipt from SalonBridge, just confirming that they've made a successful payment. And this is really just the payment side confirming that their card has been billed. You will also get sent an email which matches this look and feel. The only exception being that you will also receive the purchaser's information. So the person who bought it, you'll get their name, their surname, their email address, their phone number, any notes that they would have added. You get to see all of that as well. So a really nice confirmation message, just letting your customers know that you've received their order. And for all that the customer knows, this comes directly from you. So everything about this, your name, they will be sent a nice confirmation, just letting them know that you've actually received their order. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel this order that I had here. And I'll just get taken back to the bookings page and just said that the actual payment was canceled. But that is essentially how the online retail process works. It's super simple. We've chosen to go with the same flow, if you will, as the online bookings, where they choose a category and then can choose a product and add it to their cart. It's just something that will feel familiar to your customers. It's not that fancy. This isn't designed to be a fully fledged e-commerce site. This is designed to allow you to start selling retail in the next 5 minutes if you wanted to. So it's obviously available for free, like all of our features. If you are a active SalonBridge customer, you can just enable the online retail purchases toggle switch over here, choose the color, click on save, and it becomes available on your online bookings page automatically. So it's really quite nice. The one thing I did mention earlier was if you wanted to enable both the online bookings or the gift card purchases as well. Again, this is just a simple toggle switch. I'm actually gonna choose a slightly different color for this because I want it. Let's go with a light blue. There we go. That's quite nice. And just say save. And when the customer comes to your online bookings page, they now see both options. So they can either buy a gift voucher where they can choose a template with your logo, a denomination. They can choose 300, 500, 1,000, up to 10,000 if they want. And they just get basically taken through the process of buying the gift card and then actually paying for it as well. This is all done virtually. It's all done instantly. On the gift card side, if you have watched some of the previous webinars that we've done, we've gone through the process of buying one. So you see that the customer gets sent that voucher automatically, and you get sent a confirmation message as well, which is quite nice. So all of that is available right now. Again, let us know what you guys think, if you like it, if you don't like it, if you'd like to see tweaks. Again, this wasn't something that we were planning on launching at this point. It's something that we launched to try and help you guys out any way that we can, to get a little bit of money in, to allow customers to buy retail. We see a lot of salons and spas are using social media, using Facebook, just to, I'm going to go back to full screen now, sorry. So we see a lot of salons and spas using social media to promote some of their products and to allow them to WhatsApp their orders in, which is fantastic. That's definitely one way to do it. This just allows the customer to be actually able to pay for it right now. You get sent a confirmation that money is in your account, and you can go to pay fast and have that withdrawn at any time as an option, excuse me. So again, let me know what you think. In terms of your business strategy moving forward, I don't think that this is something that is going to be specific to the lockdown. I see that this is something that you can use moving forward as well. Like with online bookings, like with gift card purchases, like with retail, this is something that you should really be embracing from a while back already. If you haven't embraced it before, now is the best time to start. The best time, as they say, like with investing, the best time to start investing is 5 years ago. The second best time is right now. So if you are not doing this, I recommend you get onto it. It's a great way for your customers to learn more about your brand and your company. And like with the online bookings, you can link this straight onto your social media platform. So if you've got a nice following on Facebook, on Instagram, you can add that bookings link onto your Facebook page, onto your Instagram account, and customers can find you, buy something online right away, get that confirmation, pay for it, and the inventory that they buy gets deducted from your inventory level in your stock automatically. It appears in your cash app report. It appears as a payment method in the customer's account, so you can keep a full accounting history of that, and it's all done automatically for you. So really recommend you get onto that. If you do want to find out more about how to enable this, you can send us a message on live chat. We are working from home to offer support to all of our customers during this time. So if you do want to ask questions, feel free to go ahead. One of the questions, I just got a question coming in, say, I use PayFast to pay for my Wi-Fi. It's really easy. Yes, Megan, thank you. It is super, super easy. It's really, you as if you're doing it from a customer side, you are given the payment options that the business has pre-configured. So as a salon or a spa, you can create a PayFast account and you can say, I only want my customers to be able to pay with instant EFT, or I only want them to pay with credit card, and I only want to accept payments from these countries, for example. And you can specify all of that really from within their dashboard. And then when you link it or enable it from the integrations section on SalonBridge, it's just going to ask you for your PayFast merchant ID and merchant key, and everything is taken care of. The link happens automatically. It's super efficient, and it's a nice way to start accepting payments. Moving forward, again, I was just saying that you can link this to your social media page. One of the questions that we got early on was, how does this work with the integration on Go Beauty? Because that's obviously something that we did a webinar on last week on the online booking side and also on the online retail side. So this doesn't conflict with the Go Beauty side as well. I still believe that is a very, very powerful tool to use and enable, because they offer a marketplace for consumers to be able to find you, to be able to purchase that retail, and they do take care of the delivery for you as well, which is really, really nice. The online booking settings from SalonBridge filter through to that integration automatically, and all that we're doing is just another channel for your customers to be able to buy something from you. If you're already sending your customers to your online bookings page for purchasing or buying online or for buying a gift card, you can now enable this and do it. The only recommendation I would make is, if you are going to start to do this, I would recommend making sure that you know that you have that much inventory, letting your customers know that they can now buy products online, and upload an image with the retail product. So that's super important. I think that the number one, my pet peeve is when I'm buying something online and you look for it and you see a standard no image logo right next to it. You don't actually know what you're buying. So make sure that you've got a nice quality picture that you can upload so the customer knows what they're actually buying, and that does help to increase your sales as well. The moment they can see a really nice, vivid picture of what they're going to get, it just entices them to click on that add to cart button a little bit quicker. This does also work with some of our other integrations. So if you're using the MailChimp or Google Analytics integrations, it'll obviously work all with that. It'll show you what your customer buy rates are, and all of that. It works quite nicely. So yeah, that is the new product in a nutshell, or the new feature rather. I'm really, really excited about it. I think that it is a super useful tool that I think that you guys will hopefully use moving forward and can get some revenue out of this from. I think that if you are looking for something to do on the SalonBridge side during the next 2 weeks, it's a fantastic opportunity to, at the very least, start to set this up, open up your online bookings page for a few products and test the waters. If you get a single sale out of this, I would consider it a resounding success, purely based on the fact that you weren't necessarily getting that order in during this time anyway. And it sets that customer up for future purchases. They will maybe buy online from you this time, but the next time they come and see you, they're going to come in to your actual store to pick it up. And that can be used as an opportunity to upsell to your customers. We chatted in a previous webinar about how online bookings can be used to upsell, because customers are now able to see that you can come for a specific treatment that maybe they didn't know you did before. The same thing applies here. It all links together. So if a customer comes to book a treatment with you, they now see they can buy something online. They maybe didn't know that you stock a particular brand that they're used to or that they really like, that they used to have to drive far to fetch. They can now order it online, and they can rest a little bit easier knowing that product is theirs, it's on its way, or they can go and actually pick it up at a later stage, which is super useful. So that's pretty much it for today. It was a really short webinar. I wanted just to touch on The new feature that we've launched, again, this is not something that we're billing extra for, like any one of our features. This is a completely free feature that's available to you right now. You can go in and you can activate it and you can start making online sales. If you do have questions, give us a shout on our phone number or send us a live chat message. I will be scheduling another live session for early next week where we're actually touching on more specific things on how to address the lockdown, how to start prepping your business for when you actually open again. We're starting to realize that the lockdown will end as a phased approach, and that's something that you can potentially use to your advantage. So we'll be including some other talkers or other speakers rather in our webinar from next week as well, which is really exciting. So we'll send out confirmation about that as well and just when those dates are. But if you have any questions, feel free to give us a shout. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for joining. I really enjoyed showing you the new product, and I really, really hope that you enjoy it and you make use of it and start making some sales. Other than that, have a fantastic day.